And I will just get going on this. But before we get going, the first thing I want to say is, and I feel like it's a super important point before I even get into the presentation. Obviously, everyone is more than welcome. This is probably one of my favorite calls to do. Like I love, you know what I'm like I love a Monday, I love a fresh week, I love a new day. And I'd be absolutely buzzing doing stuff like this. But I think before we start, the reason I was saying that is after Christmas, there's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of, oh my God, I feel so shit. Everyone is probably still picking at bits in their house. Like, you know, it was Christmas. We're human. We're not robots. We had times we were enjoying. Like, please don't beat yourself up over a little bit of water where maybe you overindulged and you ate a little bit more than, like, that's what Christmas is about. Okay, so like if you have got that feeling today, maybe your clothes feel a little bit tighter, we're starting fresh from tomorrow. Some people might be away, they might be starting fresh from like the Tuesday, the Wednesday, but just know that like in a couple of weeks, as in like the end of January, you're gonna start feeling different. You're gonna start feeling your body change. But for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click share. Just give me a little heads up, Jade, if you can, when you see this. Some of you girls are going to notice yourselves on this. I put you into it. Yeah?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, thank you. Stop me along the way, girls, if you do have any questions. I'm going to pin myself here in Spotlight. So all you'll see is me here and then the presentation. Okay. Are we good to go? Yeah? Everyone's got a fresh piece of paper. Everyone's got pen, paper. There is 13 slides here. So I literally have these tea bags, right? And it says they're the yoga tea bags. I don't know if anyone has used them before, but they have like little messages on them. And I just pulled one out and I was like, let's see what it says on this, right? And this, my tea bag and what it says for this call was that your worst enemy is your own fear. Okay? So for me and for this presentation related and why I'm saying that is I want you to think like outside the box. I want you to make sure you're writing stuff that you're going, oh my God, like I don't know if I could achieve that. I want you to make sure like you're feeling scared. Don't be like, you know what, I'll do like what a little bit easier and then I'll see if I tick that off. Like I want you to really push your own mindset, push outside the box. So just right now, pop on the top of the page the date. So 30th of December. What gets written down gets done. So let's get writing. So 30th of December, 2024. And then just underneath that, write goal setting workshop. Okay, so goal setting for 2024 or goal setting workshop. 2025, sorry. So when you're goal setting, there's so many different headings that it can fall under, and I could easily just do your fitness goals. I could look at like your physique, I could look at what you're here for and what you pay us for and being part of the community. But I like to look at every area and I want just to cover that as well today because I do know it's quite hard for people to actually think outside the box for the different areas as well. So even just underneath that, if you can, just write turning dreams into your goals. So turning dreams into goals. And then before we go into the next slide, I just want you to write down one thing that like held you back this year that you want to let go of going into next year. So what's one thing? Is it a belief? Is it an action? Is it something that you do on a daily, regular basis? Is it something that you say to yourself? What is it right now that you want to let go of going into next year? So I want to let go of, and then whatever it is. It can be a belief. So I want to let go of the belief that and of course this is all about you. This isn't about what I'm writing down. It's not about what anyone else is writing down. This is just about you. And then just after that, so I want to let go of whatever that was and write in why. So because what? And be very honest with yourself. And I'll try and get everyone's head thinking as well. So I want to let go of the belief that I can't, say for example, do something, if you want to add on to it, because I can with the right strategy, the right guidance. I just haven't properly executed that, or I haven't put the work in. Or maybe I keep repeating the same cycle. I need to write it down, whatever it is that you need to let go of, and then right after it because, and then how you actually can. Everyone got something down? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Right, next line, just right underneath that, the power of purpose. When you don't have purpose and when you don't have clarity, how do you expect to get anywhere or do anything? It's impossible. What's the point in doing anything if you don't really have to do it? Everyone has to go to work or has to show up, because if not, how do you make money? How do you make a living? How do you live? So that's like purpose. So the power of purpose, like having a reason behind why you want your dream body, why you want to live in a certain house, where you want to be. Like you have to know why you want to do that, okay? So crafting goals that inspire action. And I'm a big one, like forget about all this writing it down. If you cannot take that page away and actually take action on it, it means nothing. It's pointless. The page is, throw it in the bin now. There's no point. Okay, and like I'm doing this because I know everyone can do it. I am obviously an example of that myself, of what I've built, where I am right now in my life, and I share this because I know that everyone else can do it too. And it's not about what I'm doing, but like you can put that into your own life and you can mold it to whatever way you want to live. So why goal setting matters, like why do we bother doing this? I like to do it personally for everyone at the team as well, because it gives us as coaches more guidance to actually push our clients to help you get from A to B. And I think it's important to know why you want to do that. So first of all, like write down, why am I goal setting? Number one, clarity and focus. So this is going to be a little reminder for you down the line as to why you're actually, if you set these goals out over the next couple of minutes and you don't actually know why you're doing it, you're never going to do them. So write down, number one, I need to have clarity and focus. And I'll just click back into that in 2 seconds. So number one, I need to have clarity and focus. So your goals will give you a clear direction. They'll give you purpose. They'll help you focus on what truly actually matters to you. Number two is motivation. The word I have to say I love and also hate, because I mean, you can't rely on that, but it is a big factor of it. Another reason why you set goals is accountability. Anyone that joins us always says, I just need someone to like hold me accountable. Would everyone agree? You need someone to lean on. You know, deep down, if I let myself away with shit, am I going to do it down the line? Absolutely. If I have someone to turn to, will I show up? Yeah, 100%. Number 4, growth and achievement. Let me know if you can hear this. I'm just going to put it on lightly in the background. I feel like we need a little bit of... Can you hear that? Yeah. Okay. Back in. So you've got your 4 pointers down. If you want to like expand on them a little bit, you can. You'll see the notes that are here. So the most important one there is the last one, number 4, growth and achievement. So it's to push it outside your comfort zone. It's to help you think a little bit bigger. It's to grow personally and professionally, whatever you're doing. So everyone's got something down on them, why your goals matter? Yeah. Okay, next slide, SMART goals. So SMART, just write them down on the side and then I'll explain and I'll walk you through what they mean. So SMART goals. So number 1, S, being specific. We can all have like different ideas of what we want to do, loads of different things might come to you, but like be really specific about what you want. So clear and defined on what I want. Write that down. Clear and defined on what I want. Measurable. Tracking your progress. And I'm going to show you how you're going to do that as well. And just beside tracking your progress, write coach, community, work, and then the last one, quarters. So each quarter, I'm going to run through like Q1, Q2, Q3. A, achievable. Realistic and attainable. Like if you know you're setting yourself something really big and you know it's not going to happen overnight, you need to prepare yourself that like you're committed to the process, that this won't happen overnight, but that's alright because you're going to enjoy what you're doing anyways, and that will just come with time. Or is relevant. So that's aligned with your values and long-term vision. Into a new year as well, your values may shift a little bit. Like you might not value the same things anymore that you used to. You might not want to be around the same people that you used to be. You might not want to do the same things. But if you're not actually staying true to yourself and your highest values of what you love to do, what you like to spend your time with, you will naturally not be as fulfilled. Letter T is time bound. So deadlines are there to create urgency. They're there to get you from A to B. It's not like this timeline goes on forever. It's like, okay, I have this amount of weeks. This is what I need to do. It's like when anyone's going on a holiday and they're working towards a fat loss goal. Shit, I have to be here in 12 weeks time. There's my deadline. So you sprint towards it. And I'm sure from so many of you girls that are on the team a while, what happens when you don't have a goal? You go into float modes. Would I be right? Are you kind of checking in just for the sake of it? Yeah. But what happens then? Do you get bored? Are you just training for the sake of it? Do you have much feedback to give in your check-ins? But look at the difference when someone is on a deadline where they're like, I'm working towards this, I absolutely am buzzing, I've only got like 7 weeks left, this is what I need to do. That's when you're like, let's do this. That's exciting. So deadlines are really important, and those time stamps throughout the year for next year that you want to be looking at. Okay, so 5 reasons why most people don't commit to their goals, or maybe they write them down and they don't do it. Number 1, there's a lack of clear and specific goals. So many people set unrealistic goals, or like, I want to be successful, or I want to lose weight, but like they don't actually break it down and say, well, you know what, my eating habits are really bad, I'm absolutely shit at saving money, but like these things can all be controlled. They can all be like, you can literally change that within seconds, but it's actually being specific about what you need to do. And also being real with yourself, like, why am I successful? Why haven't I feeling the best that I have? Why is my body, why am I overweight? What am I doing to myself? Okay, break it back down. What do you need to do? Impact. So without being clear, it's difficult to know where to start or how to measure progress. So this is why I do this presentation with everyone. Number 2, the fear of failure. Exactly like what this tea bag just says. Your worst enemy is the fear. Oh, I don't want to do that because like I'd be mortified putting that up online. Imagine what people would have to say. Well, if you're going to live your life like that, and if you're going to be scared of what people are going to say, you are going to live like that for the rest of your life. Enjoy it. Have fun. Don't complain when everyone else is in a different point of life. And that's just how it is. Why are you so afraid about what other people are going to say? But you know what's so funny? I think it's gas, right? People are so afraid of social media, for example. I'm just using that as an example. Oh, I wouldn't put that up online. I wouldn't do a shoot because, like, imagine what people would say about me being in underwear. They'd say, who does she think she is? Yeah, who do you think I am? I know who I am. I don't need to prove that to you. But you're doing it for yourself. But when it comes to the pictures, I'll do the prep, but I don't need I'm not doing the pictures. No way. Like, oh no, I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't put anything like that up online. But the minute it comes to Christmas, everyone's posting up what their partners bought them. All these happy families. Everyone's in their pajamas. There's pictures going up every day. So what's the difference with it being Christmas? It's because everyone follows what everyone else is doing. It's energy. They just copy each other. Everyone just copies each other. The Christmas markets, the Christmas lights, the pajamas, the TikToks. Look at what everyone does. Everyone is a clone of each other, but no one says absolutely anything at Christmas time because everyone does it. But what happens when you go against the grain, and maybe you might keep posting in January, or maybe you might go and try something different? Oh God, well that's totally different. So like, think about that type of energy of what I'm talking about. So that's like the fear of it. So don't be afraid that you're going to fail. Like, I fail all the time, and you might see the success and you might see like where I'm at, but like I've had serious setbacks, but that's just part of it. It's like with your fitness journey. You're going to get setbacks. You're going to feel like, holy shit, am I ever going to get to where I want to be? It takes time. And this is what it's all about. And number 3, lack of accountability. Okay, so someone to hold you accountable for. And right now, just write down 3 areas that I need accountability for. And write that down and what you think it is. Is it your money? Is it what you spend your money on? Because this is really good to do even with your partner, by the way. Like, you know what? we have this argument all the time about money, and to be honest, I know I spend loads of money on pointless things every week. What could we do? Will you hold me accountable for that? I can do this. And then it's like, okay, and that whole thing is gone. So where's 3 areas of your life right now that you need someone to hold you accountable for? Maybe it's in your job, your boss is asking you to do something, but you don't do it. Is there any chance that I could get a tracker for that, because it will just hold me accountable for it, and that way I'll do it? Your coach, is there any chance that I could send you over my watch every day, because you know what, like that really helps me and it gives me accountability? Absolutely, go for it. Procrastination is obviously such a big thing. We all procrastinate. I do it too. Where I'm like, oh my God, there's like 2 hours gone by. What have I done? And the phone is one of the biggest ones. And then the last 5 here. So why people don't commit to their goals as well. Distractions or competing priorities. Like, how many people compete with other people? Even though like you might not notice it, but like how many times do you compare your life to someone else's? And let's all be honest, let's put something into the box here. Lack of consistency and patience. How many people want the result overnight? But I'd love to know, before we go on to the next slides, what's the lack of accountability? Let's look at that. Just write into the box one area of life that you need accountability with. Just pop that below, because it might spark some ideas with everyone else. Anyone want to start? Let's see. Accountability. Let's all be honest. Let's be real. Let's help each other. Money. Okay, amazing. Food. Yeah. Anyone else? Steps. Okay, the watch needs to come over all the time. I need to push myself to get out and get those steps. Money. And when everyone says money or savings, you know, you can set up a direct debit that will just come out of your account every month, even if it's 50, if it's 20, if it's €100. Like, you can do that. So if it's money, write down beside it, I have the money there, but I spend my money on this. I need to have a direct debit each month to come out, so I will have this by the end of the year. Daily journaling and consistency. So how good does everyone feel when they journal? But what happens then when I get on and I do a call and everyone's like, you know what, I just feel so relieved. I absolutely love when you put up like the journaling tips on your story, and then when it comes to me, I can't stay consistent with it. But what happens then when you do it? You feel so good, you feel light. So if it's daily journaling, does that mean that you need to get up a couple of minutes early before every day starts? What way do you start your day? I always say what way you start your day is the biggest thing. Is the first thing that you do roll over, pick up your phone and scroll and be like, shit, I could have done 15 minutes up, having a nice coffee, enjoying journaling, instead of scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is. The cut off from my phone is needed, maybe an hour or so with no phone when I wake up, 1,000,000%. But say for example, with that, for anyone that's like, oh, I'd love to not do an hour without my phone in the morning. Okay, well, does that mean though, if you start work at 8 and you get up at 7:30, do you actually have time to do that, or do you need to get up a little bit earlier in order to actually put that phone to the side if you need it for work? Savings, time, work, steps, motivation and consistency. How good does it feel though when you get out for fresh air and steps? In comparison to looking at your watch and going, oh my God, there's only 500 steps on that. How good does it feel when you move your body? Like that feeling, and then looking at your watch and being like, take this off me today. Don't do that next year. You deserve to get out. What I actually was looking at last night, you know, The Rock, he put up on his pay on a reel being like, he was in the gym and there was literally no one else there on Saturday night because everyone was obviously on their holidays or whatever they were doing. It was Christmas. But he was like, changed the phrase, I think it was, I have to I get to. So write that down. I have to, and then do an arrow beside that, I get to. Because you know what happens when you get injured? You know what happens when someone is in hospital? You know what happens if your kids are sick? You don't get to do that anymore. Any of my girls that are into sports, what happens to you when you get injured? The first thing everyone wants to do is they want to move their body again. So the fact that you get to do that, you're healthy, you're here, you can afford to be in a program, like you do understand that these are privileges that a lot of people don't have. You know? And I think we take stuff like this for granted. If all that was taken away from you, what would you do? Okay, so the types of goals that we can set, let's get excited. Alright, and this call, by the way, isn't a reflection of, oh my God, I didn't do all of this last year. It's actually looking at what you didn't achieve last year. Being a big girl, pulling up your pants and saying, you know what, I didn't do that last year. I said I was going to do it. Right, okay, what am I going to do next year? Because you can't go back on last year and change it, but what you can do from right now is like commit to the smallest things. So first one, so right at the top, my goals for next year. This is going to get exciting. So my goals for next year. Number 1, personal goals, and give it a whole page. Personal development. Second one, career and professional goals. Number 3, third page, health and wellness. And number 4, financial. So you've got your 4 headings there. These are the goals that you can set. And I'm going to throw out some ideas so that you can get your head thinking. Okay, personal development, education, yoga, breath work. These are kind of health as well. Maybe some healing, reading, journaling, reflection on last year. That's a big one. Mindset. Energy. This is all for personal development. Perspective. What way do you look at situations or challenges? Growth mindset. Trauma. That can be anything. And just write down some goals that you want to set for those headings that I've called out there for personal development. So like the deeper work. What continuous cycle are you in with yourself with foods? What continuous cycle are you in with the arguments that you have maybe with people at home? What way do you need to approach the situation? And this right now, by the way, this is dropping the ego. Do you know how hard that is when your head is like, no, I'm not right, I'm not wrong, I'm not dropping that, I don't need to do that. Keep doing that though, keep doing it, but you'll be in the same circle. And the reason I use circles is because it's continuing, like that circle there, it will forever keep going around like that. If you don't change something. At Christmas, how many people have arguments with their family at Christmas? Or how many people stay quiet because they don't want to upset someone else, but they don't like the way they've been spoken to? Does that happen every single year at Christmas? So what needs to change next? What needs to change? Is it you? Is it the situation? Because listen, you can do the work yourself, but you can't expect someone else to change. You can't expect everyone else just because you have these goals down and you're evolving and you're growing. You have to accept that, you know what, they're probably not going to get that, but this is about you. Like, do you want to have a free space of mind? Do you want to be able to think? Do you not want to be stressed all the time? Personal development might mean like looking at like your stress levels. It might mean prioritizing a few different things in your life. So many of you girls said journaling there. What do you, if you haven't made the time for the things that everyone wrote back there, what is it that you haven't done? Or what is it that you still do now that stops you from doing that? If it's one tiny thought and one tiny thing that you change, what is it that you don't do for your journaling? Like, why do you not do it? Write that down. Like, what is it that you don't do? Like, if you're like, you know what, I need to get back into journaling, like, it makes me feel so good. Why do you not do it every day if you've got the choice? What takes over and what consumes? Because it's not what takes over, it's what you value. So, like, the top of your list is what's taken over there. So that's something to have a little think about. Number 2, career and professional goals. Who wants to do like a certification for something? Who would like to change career? Who feels like they're ready for an upgrade and asking their boss, is there any chance that I could move to manager position in this? I really love what I do. Who absolutely comes home and hates their life after a day of work? If you hate your life after a day of work, you need to look at a career change straight away. And I'm not even going to comment on that. But if that's what you do nearly 360 days a year and you're excited for a holiday and you actually hate what you do but it pays the bills, you are not fulfilled and you're going to live a miserable life. And it's going to affect everything else in your life. It's going to affect your health. It's going to affect your family. It's going to affect your relationship. So like, this is like deep work that like you need to really think like, Jesus, like I don't think I'd get a job in something else. I don't know where I'd get another job. I don't really know what I want to do. Well, then now you know right now. If that's the only thing that's holding you back, you need a new career. Like, why would you not be excited every day going in to do something that you love? If you're unsure about what you want to do, what makes you really happy? Let's share some ideas. Obviously these are personal, but is there anyone that feels like they want a new career change? I'm not here to persuade or say anything or comment on anyone, everyone to their own, but I'm just here to try and help you think outside the box. I'm here to like just try and make you know that like it's possible, that you can change if you do want that. Who wants like an upgrade with or who wants to like move to manager position or supervisor, whatever it is? Does anyone want a career change? Just out of curiosity, I'm just wondering, like, does anyone want to write that down? If anyone wants to share in the box, definitely do. Yeah, it's happening this year. I love that. And question, have you made the step to do that, or do you have to have that awkward conversation? Or if you have to have that conversation and you're like, oh God, but I just don't know, well then you're living in fear. If you're scared to ask or scared to speak up and say, it's probably something that's holding you back. Health, let's see, higher position in my position because I know I'm capable or I know I'm worthy of that. How many people put so much work in their position that they don't get paid for? But then you come home and you're like, you know what, like I just don't feel appreciated. I feel like I do everything for everyone. Like, where's the boundaries? And if you left that position, could they replace you? Probably, yeah. But like, if you do a really good job at it and you feel like you're valued at a higher price for that, why would you not ask? Truly, if you put the work in and someone really respects you and knows, absolutely, someone would hand that over easily. Not necessarily a career change, but doing musical theatre in college, I want to focus on strengthening my dancing after spending all my practice singing. 100%. Getting yourself out there, especially in the musical theatre like world, applying for every job and role that there is. People say, I just haven't had like the opportunity yet, it hasn't really happened for me. It's like, yeah, but it's not just going to arrive at your door, you have to create that. Did you send out 1,000 emails to every single musical place that there is? No, actually I didn't. Did you send them to any? No. Okay, so how do you expect it to come to you? You do have to put yourself out there, so that's something that you could definitely do, Caitlin. Career change is a big one. I filled 2 jobs currently. One is coaching, which I hope to move into full-time. Easy. You're doing your own journey, showcase it, document it. Like, you can make it work overnight, 100%. I would love to go back to work. I had to stop working to be a full-time carer. Okay, amazing. And maybe that means getting someone in there to help you so you can make that time to go back to work and do what you love as well. Because then you've got a balance of both. Love my job, but need to work on my organisation, procrastination, so I'm not drowning in it. Yeah. So could you get the tasks done that you need to do in a shorter amount of time? Because I can say hands up, I could do that. And just get it done, and like when I put my phone on do not disturb and like no one like even contacts me, like I can go ham. And like then I'm like, okay, I could have done that in the 2 hours and it's after taking me 6. What have I been doing? It's because it's so easy to just pick up and scroll and scroll and scroll. Like this, there's notifications here. I'm like, alright, I could easily click in, I'm distracted from this. Finding it difficult to find my purpose, don't hate my job, but I don't love it either, okay? If you don't love it, scrap it, okay? Love it. It has to be love. You have to love it. And maybe if you're doing something in your role that you don't like and you can't change that, have a think about it. Because you know everyone, like, you can do exactly what you love. That's how it's easy all the time. I don't feel like I'm getting up every day to work. I don't even know what day it just be some of the days. Because I just love it. I'm excited. Of course it's hard, but I'm excited. I love what I do. I want to grow and expand service, bring on a team and support, go in further education, continue educating myself and learning too. Feels like a privilege to be even saying that. Amazing. Like, lean into it, say more, write down, keep going with your page. And never put like a but into your sentences, girls. Like, I want to grow and expand, but what? You're gonna do it regardless, so don't put that blockage there for yourself. Got offered a promotion to store manager and accepted it starting next week, even though my head was thinking, is this scary? Yeah, it should be scary. You know? Like, look at me, I get excited about this shit. I love it. I'm like, yeah, tell me you've changed career, I love it. Tell me that you've got the promotion, because all I did was ask. Health and wellness goals. Come on, everyone has some here for this year with the team. Is it a number that you want to get down to weight-wise? Do you want to complete a shoot? Do you want to do a marathon? Let's look at health. How many people are on medication? Do you need it? Are you unsure if you need it? Like, if anyone is on medication, and I'm not saying anything, okay? But if you don't feel any different, or you can feel the side effects of it and you don't actually know what's going into your body, do you need it? Or are you just doing what your GP has prescribed you because you don't know any difference? That's so important, girls. girls to know. I literally just had a call with a girl and she was saying that she was taking a B12 injection and she gets a cold and flu injection every year. And I was just like, alright. And she was like, but I don't see any changes with it. And I'm like, okay, so why do you get it? And she was like, I just do it because they tell me that. What about people that were back in the ages, cavemen? They didn't have anything like that. And they lived until they were like 100 and something. So like really look at like your health and be like, I know there's so many girls that are on antidepressants and just it's quite sad as well. Like some people absolutely, of course, like medication is there for a reason. But like some people don't even know what they're on. Do you want to wear something this year that you keep saying I would love to do that? Do you want to be comfortable around your partner, around your friends? Do you want to look in the mirror and be like, I love my body right now, I love me? Or do you pick yourself apart and say, I wish I just had this, or like I need to lose on this? Because with your body on the outside you can always change that. But like what about inside as well? What way do you speak to yourself? Maybe write down something you want to stop with your health and wellness. I want to stop binging. I want to stop pulling myself apart and saying I hate my arms. Because if you hate your arms, you're going to keep hating your arms. So keep going with that all you want, because the same thing happens every year with people. So like, what do you want actually to stop saying, or what do you want to stop doing? People probably like it because it pays the bills. But what if you found something that you are really passionate about? Then you would like give it 100%, even more. I feel like work takes over life and I just don't have time for anything else and I'm exhausted after it. Sometimes in some jobs, absolutely that is how it happens, but is there a boundary maybe that you can put down? That like you need to be out of there at a certain time and you need an extra work phone, you need to switch off because that's what you need for you. Because how do you expect to go in the next day energized and ready to go again if you're pouring off an empty glass? You can't. I took on too many extra responsibilities and work and felt burnt out, and I need more of a work-life balance. Okay, so there's boundaries again. How many people end up just doing what people tell them to do without actually saying no? Anxiety tablets and so much more medication. I was bedbound, decided to stop, and I'm healthier than I've ever been. Anxiety and depression, like there's like 99.7 or something % at the minute on this study that it's disconnect with yourself. Do you know how scary that is to hear that? Like it's disconnect with yourself. It's your thoughts, it's your mind, it's what's controlling you every day. You're disconnected, you don't even know who you are. So you're put on tablets to like feed the pain for now, but then when you come off it, like look at Emma. And as I said, look, I'm not saying to come off your tablets if you need them or whatever, but like look at your life and look at yourself. Like, is that just like a mask for that? Are you going to be on medication for the rest of your life? Or could you do it yourself? Financial goals. Everyone said they want to save money. Why do you not save money? Or what do you spend your money on that's pointless? I went into my phone and I did not even realise the amount of subscriptions that I had open for different apps that I don't even use. Remember everyone bought Disney Plus? Does anyone even remember using that? But like those small things that you're like, oh God, like I forgot I even had that. And in financial goals, write down by the end of 2025, I want to have this amount saved. Financial reward is a big thing. Financial freedom is a big thing. Being able to travel and go where you want. Being able to afford a coffee if you want it. But what does that mean then? If that number that you wrote down by the end of 2025 is there, break it back down. What do you need to save weekly? What's that number at the end of 2025 for? Like, write down what it's for, because if you don't know what it's for, well, then you won't save. So, like, what is that money that you need there? Like, what do you need it for? And it might not be a need, but it might be like, I want it for this. Okay, write down what you want it for. What you wanted. Don't really know why you want it, and it's just a number in your head to just say that like you're comfortable, it won't be enough. You won't do it. Okay, you can elaborate on them in your own time if you feel like it, but the next one is define your big vision for 2025. So breaking down your goals, think about what you wrote down on that last page and think, okay, what do I need to do to achieve that? Right, so write down one life goal, for example, and then write down a fitness goal. And there's just an example there. I want to be in the best shape of my life, healthier, stronger, fitter, more energetic, be on no medication, and just feel confident in what I wear every single day. Because fitness is more than just a number on a scale. Because if you don't have your health and if you don't have fitness, you don't function at all. Your life goal. I want to change my career, and if I am going to do the task that they're asking me to do, I want to be paid for it. I feel like I'm definitely due a raise. I work really hard for it. I'm going to ask my boss. I want to change career because I'm not really that happy in it. And that will also increase my financial security, which will make me happier. Whatever it is. Is everyone having a little bit of a moment and having a little bit of thought process at how fast time goes? And how we're coming into a new year again? And maybe some people feel a little bit deflated and they might be like, oh my God, I say I want to do all of this and I don't. I'm going to reflect back at the end. We're going to write down what you actually achieved. So, fitness goals breakdown, just to give you a little bit of an idea, right? Number 1, if you don't know, hopefully you do, build strength. Number 2, improve your endurance. And then number 3, health and nutrition. But what I've done with these is I've actually broke them down again. So if you have a fitness goal and you want to build strength, okay, right, well, by the end of January, I want to be able to do a hip thruster with this. Like, make sure it's exciting, like, work towards those numbers. I'd love to be able to run a 5K under 30 minutes. I'm not going to buy shit anymore in the house, because why would you feed your kids with it? Because they like junk food and not yourself. Well, they love sweets. Okay, well, you're the adult, so you've done that to your own kids. Why would you not give them the best food ever and healthy and be more energized? They don't get the choice of that. What's the food in your presses every day like? Because if it wasn't there, you wouldn't eat it. go cold turkey, but it's like, I want to feel good. I want to feel energized. I want my skin to feel good. I want to be able to go to the toilet properly. You're the one that picks up the food and puts it into your body. So that's just some fitness ones. Life goals, and you can break this down yourself. So number 1, career advancement, and I want everyone to, when they're off the call, to go into this by themselves. So what is it in your career that you want to advance with? Are you happy in it? Are you good? Do you know there's progressions? Can you see like the next stage for yourself? Number 2, your financial stability. And then just underneath each of those headings, be specific, measurable, so write down when you want to achieve it by, and you can do this in your own time as well, achievable, and the time. How long it's going to take you to do that. Because if not, you'll float. You won't sprint towards shit. By the end of the month, I need to be by this, or by the end of like Q1, this is where I need to be. Same with personal and relationships. I put this one down. I'll strengthen relationships by scheduling, if it doesn't have to be monthly, a monthly call with a close friend, or every week with a family member. Listen, maybe I'll read books on personal development, and I won't approach a situation the way I used to approach it anymore. Because if one person, and by the way, this is where your ego will come back in again. Oh, well, why do I have to do the work and then they're not going to do anything? They're not going to do it anyways. This is about you. If you can do it, everything else around you will change. So just focus on yourself. Try not point fingers at other people, and like take ownership. Okay, whole new page for you. We're nearly at the end here. So breaking your goals down into quarterly milestones. So to make the goals that we think so big about less overwhelming, break them into Q1, 2, 3 and 4. And this is something you'll do in your own time after this call. I would personally bring myself to a coffee shop. I would stay on after this and do 20 minutes of like, Jan to March, this is where I want to be. April to June. And by the way, at the end of Jan to March, look back and look and say, oh shit, I didn't do what I was meant to do. I'm going into another quarter now. No, you don't go into the new quarter. You finish off what you're meant to do in Q1. Q3, July and September. You know what? Q3, I'm going to push, and I'm going to do Q1 and Q2 all the way up until June. And in Q3, I'm going to kick back a little bit and I'm going to enjoy my summer. There's nothing wrong with relaxing and winding down. Q4, October to December. They're my worst months of the year, blah, blah, blah. Write down exactly what you want to achieve in each heading that we do with personal, career, health, financial. Write that down, Q1 to 4, every single one, what you want to achieve in personal development, what you want to achieve in your career, what is it that you want to have saved, what about your body and your physique, do you want to be able to run this, do you want to be able to lift that weight, like break them down. You know what, by the end of March, I want to be able to hip thrust 200 kg, whatever it is. And as I said, you can do that in your own time, break it down. Okay, whole new page. And write this in big writing in the middle of it. The cost of inaction is my life. Last 2 slides, the most important. The cost of inaction is my life. If that does not scare you, nothing will. Put it in my captions, you decide. So I want you to write underneath that, so the cost of inaction is my life, and underneath that, I decide from right now. Just write this down. I decide from right now. Everyone got that down so far? Okay, I decide from right now that my health, fitness, personal development, and life goals are super important. Next line, from right now, before we even step into 2025, I'm going to take action. Next line, this is my commitment and promise to myself. To live a truly fulfilled and healthy, happy, abundant life. This is my commitment and promise to myself to live a truly fulfilled and happy, healthy, abundant life. And underneath that in big writing, just write question why and a question mark. So why, question mark. And beside that, because I deserve it. No one is coming to save me. And underneath that, sign your signature and write the date. And if you're a bit of a weirdo like me and you want to write the page out again and have it a little bit neater, because I like to do that and change the pens and everything, write this out again, pull it out of a page and put it into like your passport, put it into your purse, and like have it there every single day, somewhere that's going to be that you're like, holy shit, the cost of inaction is my life. So I decided whatever date it is today, the 30th, that my health, my fitness, my personal development, and my life is so important. From right now, even before we step into the new year, if you can do the smallest thing, like, okay, it's 9 o'clock at night, it's a little bit late. You know what? January kind of starts on the 1st, and it's Christmas still, and you know what? I'm actually going to start fresh on the 6th, and there's no point now. I am going to do it though, but I'll do it on the 6th. Cool. No one cares if you do it or not. But if you wrote all of this down and you've committed yourself to an hour of work and you have 4,000 steps and your target is 8, you get your jacket on right now and you go for a walk. If you don't want to walk out in the dark, run up and down your stairs. And that might seem like, what? But like you've committed yourself to a goal, so why are you not doing it? Because it's inaction. So if you want to see a change, you have to make that change. Okay, so when you set goals, you set yourself and you give yourself a map. And with a map, you don't just drive aimlessly and pretend and see where you end up with a destination. A map in Google Maps is direction, which gets you to your destination. If you don't have a map, you're just floating. You're like, oh, well, I don't know where I am right now. So that's what it's exactly like in life. Everything is there for a purpose. Every decision, every action, every moment becomes purposeful. You're not just drifting. You're driving towards something meaningful. You're driving towards everything that everyone deserves. And your energy just becomes so focused and clear that there's no procrastination really. Like maybe here and there, but like you'll notice and you'll start to see your life change instantly. And then the last one, small steps lead to big results. So write that down. These small steps will lead me to the big result that I want. And I'm sure as well, everyone's like, you know what, I want to have like this amount, or this is what I want to do, or the house, but how am I going to do it? And it might be in your head where you're like, that's not even achievable right now. But if that's the mindset that you're in, you need to flip it. How is not, it doesn't matter how you're going to do it, because at least you're going to try. You figure out along the way. You figure out, you'll find a way. I set myself goals that I'm like, oh shit, like if this comes crumbling, like I am done. Game over. Forget about what I'm doing, like it's just gonna crash and there's no coming back out of it. And then I change it and I'm like, no, there is, because there's always a way. But it's about, I'm not thinking about how I'm going to get there and these things that I'm sprinting towards. I'm like, okay, well, what can I do right now for myself? Well, you know what, like, I know for me, I need to have a clear space. I need to have everything organised. I've got to start with, like, it might not even be to do with the goal that I'm working towards, but I know with the small task of, like, clear headspace, my place all clean, maybe a clear out, I'll go clear out and get out with the old in with the new. Look around you and see what you have in front of you every day. What's your values like? That's a big one. When you know what you value like that will tell you exactly where you're at in your life. So think of it as climbing a mountain. You don't get to the top of the mountain in one jump. If you're down the bottom of a hike, you have to go through all the little grounds, you have to jump over the river, you have to go up the steps, and you have to go through all the trees, and like you have to do all of that. You can't just go, I'm here, okay, well I want to get to there, why is it not here? You actually have to take those small steps. Well, each step that you take, no matter how small, it will bring you closer. And then when you reach the top, you look back and you'll be like, do you know what? All the potholes that I fell in, all the stones that I stood in, the shoes that I ripped, that's what got me here. It's not about the jump that got you there. It's just about like the small steps. So that's really it, girls. I hope that this has like sparked ideas in your head. I hope that you feel like, oh God, where do you even start with all of this? If you have like pages everywhere and you're like, shit, what do I need to break down? Or if you don't have any goals, like give yourself a little bit of time to actually think and set yourself some, because when you do this, like you'll be excited. Make sure you're excited about maybe even travel, adding in some, maybe a hobby that you want to do. Like there's so many different headings that you could do, but like it's the 31st, reflect back. There's just 3 things that I just want you to write down for your reflection of this year, and then you're done. So 3 reflections, and this will be done in your own time on 2024. Question 1. What did I not achieve in 2024? Second question, what fitness and health goal did I say I would do and I didn't? And why? Question 3, what travel goals did I have and why did I not visit that place? Question 4, What areas of my life were stagnant in 2024? And then the last one, there was only meant to be 3, but I feel like I'm on a bit of a roll here. So number 1, what did I not achieve in 2024? What fitness and health goals did I say I would do and I didn't? Number 3 is what travel goals did you say you would do and why didn't you go to that place? Number 4 is what areas of my life was I stagnant with? And number 5, the most important one, what way did I speak to myself and treat myself? What way did I speak and treat myself? And that could be food, that could be how you talk to yourself on a daily basis. And what type of people was I around that I need to let go of? Oh, but like if I let go of that person, that means I'll have no friends. Alright. Well, would you rather be with friends that pull you down and drain the life out of you? Or would you rather be by yourself and be happy? Because I personally would rather be by myself. Right? And when you write that down at the end, who do you need to let go of? What people pull from your energy? Like, obviously you can help people, of course, but like, you get a choice of who you want to be around. And you're going to become that energy. You're going to become the people that you're around. So it's up to you. For some people, it might even be your partner. I don't know. You know, could be someone in your family. Could be a friend that you're like, shit, have you had the same conversation with the same person all the time and you just are not getting anywhere? Boundaries are so important. And breathe. I don't know what's going on with this camera today. It's very, very blurry. But girls, that's basically everything. Has anyone got any questions, or how did you feel like? Do you feel like that has kind of got your brain thinking? Like, do you have some things obviously that you want to get going on for next year? Like, does anyone feel excited? Do people feel a little bit nervous? Because you should feel a little bit nervous. Yeah? Put down in the box just once before we go. How do you feel? Like, do you feel like you have a little bit more clarity in your head? Like, did you feel like before you started this that you didn't even think about some of the goals that maybe we've put down? Excited but scared. Love that. Who said that? I feel like I need to become a hobbit in a cave. Me, right now, it's great. Join the crew. Feeling motivated, loads to resonate. I love that. Excited and ready. I feel like you've lit a fire in my belly. Sometimes all you need to do is get the pen, get the paper, get going, and it just that gets exciting. Very excited, but also very nervous, hoping that I can actually achieve. Easy. Change that. Not hoping that I can achieve it. I will achieve it. Easy. You'll do it. 100%. Don't doubt yourself. So excited. Thank you. Feeling like I have a clear mind. And when you do your last page, by the way, with the reflections, don't beat yourself up on what you didn't do. Just know and change the mindset of, do you know what? I can actually change that from right now and going into the new year. All that shit that I said I wasn't going to do, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do it in 3 months, actually. Because I'm on a bit of catch up. Cool. Ready for your new routine, excited, inspired, don't know what direction I wanted to go in before. I love that. Feeling more confident, realistic in the goals I'm setting. And do you want one more thing that I'll finish on? Or is this enough? Too much? Goosebumps, love that. Excited, motivated. Easy, you'll do it. I'm going to come back to you on that one and see if you've done it. But you should be feeling a little bit emotional, by the way, as well, because it's like, oh my God, like, I can do this. You know? What I do as well is, by the way, if you feel like you're a little bit of a crazy person like me, after I've done all of this out, and like I will do out like a full hour on all of that, and I'll go back in detail and I'll write it out, and I'll get a whole new notebook for it. I'll write myself a promise letter in an email or written, and I'll email it to myself. So when I look back on the one from last year, I can go, shit, like I said I would do, all things didn't even go the way that was. So I write myself a promise letter, and then I go on to another page, and to round it up, I'll go back into those headings. I won't do it as detailed, but I'll do extra goals that like I can't even imagine thinking of, because I can be realistic, and I know, okay, I need to be smart about it as well, but then I'll do a whole new page, and I'll do these goals where I'm like, oh shit, like that's even scarier, and I'll go really, really big. So try and do that as well, that like you don't even know what to write because it's like that far away and it's that big. Are we good? Is everyone just thinking? Well, listen, we've got so much planned for next year with calls. You've got the support there. You've got everyone. If there's any questions or anything like that, if you want the presentation, let me know. I can put it into the group chat if you want to go back on it in your own time. But I wish everyone the best New Year's. Close it off. If you're celebrating, go and celebrate. If you want to have a drink, go and have a drink. Don't feel guilty about it. We're definitely not here to say don't do this, but like, if you're feeling a little bit emotional, if you're feeling a little bit scared, all those are valid, and just know that like you've taken the first step by showing up for like an hour and a 15-minute call. A lot of people will have made excuses, but this is what you value. So if this is where you're at right now, imagine what you can do if you just take those small steps. And if you haven't got your steps right now, and it's 9:30 at night at home, go and get them. Tag me in your watch after and hold yourself accountable for, because it's tiny little things like that will get you going. If you haven't drank all your water, go and get that in. If you haven't had your dinner and you're like, you know what, I'm going to order tonight, no, go and make a nice meal that's going to make you feel good. Alright, it starts from right now, but have a great New Year's. Thank you so much for joining in. Sorry we ran over a little bit longer than what we did, but yeah, girls, hopefully you enjoyed it. Tag me on your stories or whatever if I haven't got some of you on Instagram, and yeah, have a great New Year's, and I will see you all next week. Alright?